Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
And we come back for hour number 2 of the Mark Hoke Show, the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. Just having a blast, man. I'll tell you what. David Difference.
Crank that music, man.
Yeah, it's kind of faded down a little bit.
Oh, is it? Well, it looks like it's picking up, man. There's a crescendo right there. Okay.
It's faded, but up.
Wake up, Las Vegas!
Yeah, let's do it.
It's the Mark Hoke Show.
Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth.
Get that music out of here.
What do you want?
I don't know.
God, you were so you were one of the most indecisive co-hosts I've ever had.
Yeah, I don't know,
man. What do you want from me?
I don't know, man. I'll think about it.
You're like an ex-wife. Just, what do you want, man? What do you want?
Do we need to talk about this?
I think we need to at some point, maybe off the stage.
Off the stage? Is this a stage?
I mean, everybody doesn't need to hear our business.
I think they do.
I just don't get you.
Well, most people don't, man. Different by design, brother. Not for everybody.
Understand.
You're not supposed to understand. You know I'm from a different planet. So how would you understand me if you're from Earth and still sleeping?
Jeez, Sue.
I'm just saying.
Maybe you're the asleep one. I would lean that way.
So you don't take what I say and just throw it back. That's childish. Come up with your own ribs. You're asleep and from Earth. You're from Earth, man. All right.
And there go the ratings. Anyway.
Yeah, in the toilet.
Best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. Having a great time, everybody. Of course, I want to thank Ace Austin for taking the time to join us. Cool dude.
Yeah. Nah, I like it, man. That was the first interview in depth that I listened to, and yeah, I learned a lot, and definitely a fan of him. Like, his in-ring work is incredible. They make an amazing team, and he's a good guy.
Yeah, he and Chris, just like I said, they really did come out of nowhere, and it was funny at the beginning of that interview. You kind of took a shot at the PWI rankings. It's like I really thought we were top 4.
Yeah.
Well, they were behind the Motor City Machine Guns in those rankings, by the way, which I thought that was kind of funny when you thought about it.
Yeah, we need to come up with our own ranking system and get people riled up. And nobody's ever going to be happy.
No,
you're right. So
no, it's so subjective.
Let's create one. That's probably how we blow up. Is that everybody hate us because we're like we just all our friends. Raw Reese #1.
Pull names out of a hat.
Yeah. There it is.
There we go. Tozawa #1.
Yeah. Like what? And then they discuss it for hours. There's no way, and we blow up.
Tommy Dreamer #2.
Yeah.
What?
He might be.
But anyway,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, but Colin Tessier coming up here in just a couple minutes. Will be joining us here on the Mark Hoke Show, talking all things pro wrestling, and a lot of entertaining things happening on the business side. The infirmary's filling up, apparently, in the wrestling universe. A lot of people landing in the hospital, man.
Yeah, man, it's a cold business,
man. But some of it's kind of disgusting.
What?
Ugh.
A
lot of bad hospital pictures.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It is.
Yeah.
Go on CJ Perry's Twitter.
Oh yeah,
the former Lana. If you, man.
Or don't. Give a disclaimer. You don't want to see that. If you're disgusted 2 hours from seeing it, don't go look at it.
Oh man,
there's no reason to post that.
Eek.
But yeah, she is injured. Like, is she out or what is the?
She's got a finger infection that's spread down her arm.
And who is this again? So people.
CJ Perry.
All right, there you go. Yeah, it looks gross.
It does look gross. Did you look at it, Dave?
Hell no.
It's bad.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Oh man.
Who else got injured?
Kenny Omega has diverticulitis. If you remember, that knocked Brock Lesnar out for a while.
Yeah.
That's when you get these icky things going on in your intestines.
Is that the scientific term?
No, but I'll give you the scientific terms in a second.
Well, so Brock, his career was almost over with that. Like, I mean, that was when he was in MMA, correct? And then, like, that affected him there, so he took a step back, and then, yeah, that's some serious business right there.
Yeah, and I'll give you right off the Mayo Clinic. Small bulging pouches that can form in the lining of your digestive system. Most often found in the lower part of the large intestine. So they're pouches, they become inflamed, sometimes get infected. They can cause severe abdominal pain, fever, nausea, and a marked change in your bowel habits. And the really bad part is they can rupture. So if they rupture, all that gunk that's in there gets into your abdominal cavity. And that stuff gets in your abdominal cavity, can kill you.
Yeah. No, it's serious.
So it's serious stuff.
What did they say? I know he talked about how long he'd possibly be out, or
he doesn't know.
No clue. I just saw the picture he posted, and shout out, man. Get well and, take care of that.
Yeah, so Kenny Omega down. Oh, man. Jeez, that's just terrible. Charlotte Flair is out.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, she must have wrecked her knee or something, but apparently she's going to miss WrestleMania, maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's always sad once they come around this time, WrestleMania time, and you get injured. I mean, any time to get injured is a bad time, but like especially WrestleMania because so many people look for like the magic of that spotlight, that stage. It's incredible.
Yeah, but especially WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Oh,
front row, baby.
That is sad. How do you get in WrestleMania 40? Front row.
I'll get you there. I know people who.
Yeah,
know
well,
people.
I mean, look, I can get there. I mean, that's not the issue.
Oh, well,
we're thinking we had plans, but
we had plans.
Now
you sound like my ex-wife. We had plans. My plan was to be in the front row.
But anyway, yeah.
At WrestleMania.
Yeah, so we got a few peeps down.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
we're supposed to do that thing.
Yeah, but yeah, so we want to wish everybody that's all busted up all the best.
Yeah, good.
But I hope CJ gets that all squared up because that's pretty gross. And same thing with Kenny.
Yeah. Yeah, don't take a look at that picture. If it's that gross, man.
Well, it's
is it for scientific purposes?
Yeah.
Is it all right to go look at it, or do you just want to gross people out, Mark?
Well, I've seen worse.
Yeah, I bet you have, man. The alleys, downtown alleys in Las Vegas, you've seen some things. You're sick.
I was nope, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's Christmas, man. We gotta be nice to each other.
Yeah, we gotta be nice to each other. I'm not taking a shot at you. Nope. No.
I like the restraint, man. And you've grown. You've grown a lot, my friend. Because you would have jabbed me.
Well, it's just because Colin Tessier's here. So
we got company. We got
this company in the house. we gotta be good. So let's get him on the show.
There he is.
Colin Tessier's here. Good. Very happy to have you joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, very happy to have you on the show. Yeah, we were just talking about everybody who's got infections and gross things going on with their body. I tell you what, man, there's an infirmary lining up in pro wrestling right now.
Yeah. It seems like it's really unfortunate right now. Obviously, best wishes to Kenny Omega, TJ Perry, and whoever even knows what else. But those are the two big ones, obviously, right now at least.
Yeah, let's pass the antibiotics around the locker rooms. Yikes.
Yeah, is that the cure for it?
Maybe.
Well, I'm going to start off right now with the Continental Cup. I know we talked about that real quick. And it looks like Tony Khan has decided that we're not going to have a decisive finish in either of these pools. Having run volleyball tournaments and seen some crazy stuff happen, we now have the possibility of a 5-way tie. A 5-way tie in one of these pools and a 3-way in the other. Colin, do you really think that they're going to do this?
A 5-way tie would be a lot. I mean, I can see right now. I think the math is not mathing for me. Like, I think if Jay White wins, I think like it's a 3-way tie in the Gold League. Like, there's all that stuff going on. It's a little early to say right now. I hope they don't do a 5-way tie because, people are freaking out over the one the one picture of the standings. If we have a 5-way tie, people have to break down all the map scenarios. I think people are going to be very upset about that. But that'd be very complicated at the very least.
What would you do to break a 5-way tie?
Five-way match? I don't know. Like that'd be probably the most straight path forward, right? I mean, one fall finish and settle it that way. I mean, that would go against obviously everything we've seen so far. But if you wind up with a 5-way tie, I guess that'd be the easiest way out of it, right?
Dave, what would you do? What if you guys were up in the Bay?
Yeah, the Bay Area.
What would the Bay do to break a 5-way tie?
Well, what we would do is we would build this monstrous structure of steel and glass and barbed wire, and we put those 5 people in there and have them fight it out, man. And one comes out. That's it.
That'd be hideous.
Yeah, that's what we do. You ask me what we do. That's it.
I think in South Central PA we just flip a coin and maybe have some Amish food.
Yeah, that's a more
shoe fly pie eating contest.
That's a more civil approach.
I think it'd be all right. Yeah. So, but yeah, this
shoe fly pie.
Yeah, shoe fly pie.
Never heard of it.
You guys never had shoe fly pie?
Never heard of it.
I've heard of it at least. I'm from PA too, so
yeah, that's right.
Of it.
That's right, Colin. You're out that way. You know what I'm talking about. Well, actually, shoe fly pie contest could take a while. It's kind of a molassesy pie. So, yeah, probably not a good idea. We'll pass on that. But yeah, but it'll be an interesting finish to this Continental Cup. I mean, given the way things are going on this, Colin, who just for fun, who would you like to see in the final?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. My wife and I are going to go to World's End, in person, and it'll be my first pay-per-view I've ever been to. And we both keep hoping that Strickland's going to win so we can hear the song, because we love hearing that song when it's on TV, so being able to hear that live would be really cool. The Blue League's really fun, because I'd be happy pretty much if anyone won at this point. I love Bryan Danielson, big fan of Eddie Kingston. It's been really cool to see Andrade get in this big run as well. So I'd be really, really happy if any one of those guys made it to the finals at least. But this does feel like Sports Strickland's tournament to lose in a lot of ways. The momentum's there. Everyone's digging him right now. It'd be a huge way to kind of take him to that next level. So I think ultimately, that's what I'm really hoping to see happen.
Yeah, the only thing that I have a problem with Swerve winning this thing is you'd be saddling him with those Triple Crown belts. And honestly, I want Swerve to win the World Championship.
Right.
And I don't want him to get held back with that. I'd like to just see him end up winning the whole thing here, and in terms of being the AEW champ. So I don't, as cool as it would be for him to win the Continental Cup, I want him to go in a different direction from that. Maybe get screwed and make him even more bitter about something bad happening there, and just taking it out on MJF or somebody else who's the world champion. So I'm kind of torn on it, but I mean, Swerve's hot. I mean, Dave, you saw it in LA. I got to see it in LA and Seattle. I mean, that man is on fire right now, and I can't think of a more deserving guy to be wearing the AEW World Championship.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before we see that. But yeah, it's that evolution, and it's beautiful watching, and I think everybody's getting on board with it. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, no,
yeah.
It's ironic because every week we're seeing these matches, and they're really building this thing up so well. Where all these matches are great, it's a lot of buzz, and whoever does win is going to be positioned in a way where it's to kind of come out at the end of that, it's going to be a big win and a big kind of boost. But like Mark said, it is it would sidetrack that person from likely challenging for the world title or anything, because then they're going to be literally the Triple Crown champion. So you'd want to focus on that and building that up. So it's just a weird kind of winning would be great, but it would be bittersweet in that sense. I think for a lot of people that like it, like Mark said, that would want to see Swerve at least challenge for the world title, if not win it.
Yeah, it feels like a Danielson kind of title to win. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe maybe that's the thing that maybe just adds to the story as far as what he's doing if Swerve wins this. And then we just time it out. And like I said, we're always in a rush to see what we want to see. But that could be part of the process, and that would be more credibility and build them up a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to find. We're going to find out. And another thing, I hope we're going to find out at AEW World's End is, who is the devil? And we've been debating this for a while. I still think it's Adam Cole. But Lord knows it could be anybody. I think that another fun possibility is Tony Khan. But Colin, who are you leaning towards is the devil?
I'm hoping it's Adam Cole, not in the sense I love the Brochachos and I love that storyline very much, and like I want nothing more than them to remain friends. But if you're thinking about the best outcome for the storyline here, the best reveal, I think that'd be the best option, even though it's the most predictable in a lot of ways. Like, so who else would it be? And obviously, I think there's a lot of buzz around the theory that's Jack Perry, and no knock on Jack Perry, but I really hope that's not the case, because, like, again, even though Adam Cole is obvious, at least it makes sense, and you can kind of connect the dots, and that'd be a great story. If it's Jack Perry, I'm like, I don't see it myself. I mean, I think that'd be a good way to bring him back in, but I think the betrayal with Adam Cole will be really personal, and that could be such a great feud. And then you have this great storyline going from their best friends to now that would be obviously bitter enemies, and that could carry you for the next several months. That'd be a good way to get Adam Cole back in the kind of the center of this whole thing here. But then I don't know what the timeline of that is. I mean, from what we know, what we think we know, he had really severe ankle surgery. So I don't know if that would be necessarily realistic. So if it's not Adam Cole, maybe Jack Perry. If it's not either of them, then I have no idea, because I think those are the two, like, probably leading candidates at this point. Those are probably my two picks at this point. Otherwise, I really have a hard time thinking of another realistic and or satisfying answer, because we've seen the devil, like, goons attack people. I think Wardlow is at least involved. I don't think he's the devil himself, though. So I think we're gonna have some big names as part of that group. But in terms of the devil himself, I'm hoping Adam Cole, but if not, maybe Jack Perry. If neither of them, then I'm really at a loss.
Well, Dave hates the Brochacho storyline.
Oh,
he can't stand
it. Yeah, it was too hokey for me. I mean, but again, it's wrestling, so I mean, you embrace it, and I guess there's a certain amount of love for it. But we're waiting for everybody to get everything situated and start that beef again. So I think that's perfect. Like, that's how we all see it playing out, right? It's like, this is Adam Cole, and then there it is. And that's a creative way versus, like, how many matches have we watched where it's like, oh, he's going to turn on him now. He's going to turn on him now. So, I mean, it's a good build, good way with him injured, too, to kind of build it. But is there anything with Ziggler? What's his status? Like, is his contract up? Is he able to hop in there? Is there any chance? Did they have a past him and MJF at all?
Not that I know of, but all those people that got released, their non-competes are supposedly coming up, I think, this week. So the timing, in theory, would line up for Ziggler or somebody. I think that'd be questionable, to say the least. Someone like Ziggler, I mean, that'd be a big way to bring them in. But if you're talking, again, whoever the devil is, you're thinking that's the person that's going to be feuding with MJF for a while, right? And now, I mean, myself at least, I'm a big fan of AEW, big fan of MJF. I don't know if I want to see Dolph Ziggler be that guy. No knock on Ziggler either. But right. That's a big spot to just bring someone in. And then, again, Dolph Ziggler, this, WWE, previously a WWE lifer, and I want to see him get a big opportunity, but I don't know if that's necessarily the way I'd want to see him get slotted in.
No, I like that. Tell me, can we switch lanes to my guy CM Punk, man? Obviously, he's the man, and they're talking to town news. Where were you before he came back? What was your stance on, was he coming back at Survivor Series or was he not? Because I talked to a lot of people, and they said, I'm crazy. Don't get my hopes up. I said he's coming back. What was your stance on that?
That was a weird one, because it made all the sense in the world for it to happen there. It's Chicago. Anytime, even when he was in AEW, he's been gone. Like, when he was hurt, they brought back Chicago, and everyone kind of figured that would happen. And then everything went down there. But then all the kind of rumors and reports and buzz, and it seemed like it wouldn't happen, but it made so much sense that it would. So I wasn't surprised in the sense of because once it happened, it was like, well, of course, obviously, you got to see it coming in that sense. But then it just felt like, I guess, to answer your question, I didn't think it would happen in the sense of I just thought there's too much damage done in terms of the way that he left and everything that happened since. So it's a weird kind of mixture of emotions in that sense. So I didn't not see it coming, and I wasn't not surprised. But also, once it did happen, it's like, well, yes, like of course that would happen there, right?
Yeah. No, I think it's magic. And if you look at his career as a whole, and if you just lump that into a wrestling storyline, it's probably the best storyline we've ever seen. Like,
what?
I'm saying his career, like all the backstage stuff to coming back, to leaving, to coming back, I'm never going to wrestle again. If you lump that into and just say that was all part of the show, the most beautiful thing we've ever seen. Ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
David Difference, everybody. That's what he does.
That's my guy.
Oh. Colin, do you see what I have to deal with?
I see.
Come on, man.
Well, hey, we have to take a commercial break. We're going to come back with more with Colin Tessier here from WrestleZone and Fightful and whatever else he darn well feels like doing, because that's what he does. So stick around, everybody. We've got a whole lot more here on the Mark Hoke Show. David Difference, otherwise known as CM Punk's best pal.
My guy.
And I'm Mark Hoke here on KDAWN 101.5 FM. It is the Talk of Las Vegas, streaming live on that Odyssey app as well. And, of course, live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Stick around. We got a whole lot more. It's the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. We'll be right back.
.101.5 FM KDAWN. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And let's do some more pro wrestling here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the Talk of Las Vegas. David Difference slamming down that water, crackling that bottle on the air. That's what we do.
Stay hydrated, everybody. Come on, let's go, man. Wake up, Las Vegas.
Oh, my God. Colin Tessier from Fightful and WrestleZone joining us. That's what we do, man. We live on a tightrope out here. It's live.
We do, man.
How you doing, Colin? Oh, I guess I'll turn on that microphone. That'll help. There we go. How you doing, Colin?
How are you?
Yeah, we're hanging in there, buddy. It's Vegas.
Yeah. You ever get out to Vegas? You come out here often?
I have not, actually, ironically. My wife jokes we should go out sometime, but we'll eventually we'll wind up there.
You know what? I'm going to make you an offer right now.
Yeah.
Even though Matt Black does not want Double or Nothing to come out to Vegas again, if it does, and Tony will be making that announcement, you and the wife come on out, we'll take care of you.
Hold on. Don't say will. Say you'll. What does that mean? You're gonna get them a hotel and food and everything, comp them?
No, he can crash at the Dave Cave.
The Dave Cave?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. All right, cool.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
See.
Put it in.
The problem with me is that, like, most of the time I have to cover the shows, like, on my end, right? I have to be get the guy in the chair covering it from afar.
True.
So, the World's End worked out where it's on Saturday. I'm usually off on Saturdays, so I got to go with you. And then the other half of the year, the shows are on Sundays. I work Sundays, so I have to be the guy writing up the shows and whatnot. But we'll see how it works out. I appreciate it.
I will write a strongly worded letter on your behalf.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Look at this guy. He's got pull, man. You said this is going to be your first pay-per-view for AEW, yeah? So thoughts going into that? Like, my first one was which one? The Full Gear or whatever? Something.
No,
Yeah.
you went to Double or Nothing first.
Oh yeah, Double or Nothing. Yeah, and it was like very different. I'm used to WWE shows, but it was good times.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We've been to a couple rampages and collisions, which was really fun. We got to see MJF and Kenny Omega have an awesome match that was in October. That was just phenomenal. So then we were both really disappointed when we saw the Kenny Omega news. Like, damn, they announced the tag title match with Dynamite, and we're like, oh, we're gonna get to see Kenny and Chris Jericho, and now that's obviously out. So definitely the bummer about that one. I'm a huge fan of MJF, so I'm very excited about him and Samoa Joe. Gonna have whoever does make it to the tournament finals. Very excited about that. At this point, we're still 2 weeks away, so we're gonna have obviously a number of matches still to be announced. I was very excited to see the Acclaimed return last night. They have a match. Big fan of them. But regardless, I know it's gonna be a fun show. It's probably gonna be a great crowd, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and should be an interesting media scrum if you're getting back there and get good times back there.
Yeah, for sure.
And by the way, that reminds me, I forgot to bring the pickles.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, I got to bring the pickles down. I'm sure you saw the pickle controversy, so I ordered. I ordered a jar of pickles. They're in my fridge, so next week we will have the unveiling of the MJF pickles. I'll be trying those on the air. So,
you haven't tried it yet?
No, I didn't. I have not opened the jar.
He's gonna show up next week. There's gonna be one left in the jar.
No, I know.
This is how it came. This is how it came. That ain't how it came, Mark.
I'm doing it fresh. But anyway, so some WWE stuff going on. Back to CM Punk, who looks like he's going to enter the Royal Rumble as a route to get at Seth Rollins. Colin, do you think it's really necessary? Does Punk have to win the Rumble, or couldn't we just have the match with Seth Rollins and let those two do it and let somebody else win it?
I'll work backwards with that one. I think Punk and Rollins is definitely a match where you don't need the Rumble. You don't need anything to get there. I mean, there are plenty of times WWE's done a big match where it's just like, I want to face you, and if the champion, they want to face that person, and then you do it. And I think they can do it. I mean, that's obviously, it seems like a WrestleMania match, and it's interesting they're already kind of going seemingly full steam ahead with that based on what we saw on Monday. So, as you said, we saw Punk soon to be in the Rumble, so it's interesting. You have Punk in the Rumble, and then you have Cody Rhodes also wanting to finish his story. So you're going to have those two things happening at the same time. And it's interesting to see how that's all going to shake out. And I'm thinking one of them probably going to win the Rumble. One of them maybe wins Elimination Chamber or something. We've seen that happen a lot as well. But no, I definitely don't think you need the Rumble to have that be the catalyst for that match. You could probably easily get there without that. So it's an interesting way to bring Punk back in. And I definitely don't think he needs to win. I think maybe someone eliminates him, and then you have that be the kind of a stopgap to get from Rumble to maybe Elimination Chamber and then WrestleMania. But no, I definitely don't think you need to have Punk win the Rumble. And ironically, the same reasoning, you don't need to have Cody win the Rumble again, because he could do something else to get another title shot. So it's interesting that you're having both at the same time, and you have both kind of limitations. Like, neither one really needs to win the Rumble, but now they're both going to be in it, like pretty much for the same reason, just a different champion, essentially.
Yeah, the WWE main event scene for the first time in a long time is really jammed up. There are a lot of people up at the top of the card. And, boy, could you imagine if neither of those guys won the Rumble and somebody else, they pull another card there?
Ironically, they easily can, right? You just said they have so many people that, it's a valid contender, right? You have Randy Orton just came back, AEW Styles just came back, Punk and Rhodes are the two kind of leading guys at this point. And LA Knight, obviously another very popular one right now. It's so loaded that there's any number of people that you could see winning very realistically, and as you point out, that hasn't been the case in a while.
Yeah, I foresee. This is what I foresee. Last two people in the ring: Rhodes, CM Punk. Oh, then we got a little scrapple happening, and then they both hit the floor at the same time. And then we got to figure out what happens next.
I dig it.
My prediction. You heard it here first.
I'm rooting for Chad Gable. No,
I respect it. I like Chad Gable. I don't know if I see him winning over a guy like we were just saying, Punk Rhodes, Orton, but I like him as a dark horse contender for sure.
Yeah, Mark's WrestleMania dream was Otis versus CM Punk, so we can't weigh too heavy on his opinion right now.
Maybe a little Gunther action would be all right too.
There you go. Maybe another good one. But again, they have so many options. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a very entertaining Royal Rumble this year, and I cannot wait for that one to come up. Well, there was a report from Brandon Thurston on WrestleNomics about AEW, according to his calculations, lost about $35 million, which, as long as they sign their new TV deal, they're not going to have any problem making that back up. But it was interesting to hear that number pop up. Do you feel AEW's future is okay? And do you think there's anything they can do to kind of puff that number up and get themselves in a little better position if that's the case? And I know there was some talk of Eric Bischoff had mentioned, they should just drop Ring of Honor. The roster's too big, so on. What did you think about that report when it came up from Brandon?
I mean, on on paper it's concerning. I'm a big fan of AEW, and like you see, if that's the case, it's not something. It doesn't seem like good, but I'm sure there's probably something else that goes into it. You said, and we know they're going to be having these TV negotiations, so ideally they'll get a raise in the numbers there. I think that would help. I'm very optimistic about the future of the company and where they're going. I think every company has things they kind of struggle with. They have the challenges to deal with, obviously. But I think if the TV negotiations go well, and I think the Continental Classic has been a great way to really kind of electrify some of the fan base and say, like, hey, this is what we're about. This is what we're doing. All these matches are great every week. And I think that's added some momentum, even if it's not necessarily showing up in, financial estimates or whatever it is, general like perception or momentum. I think that's kind of a good way to end this year, going to the next year. And then we'll see what happens with the negotiations. I think that's going to be a pretty big thing. But we saw, to me, even though it was in June, at the fact they added Collision, that shows to me that even if it's not one of our discovery, that the company is, a valuable and an attractive piece of property for any TV network. So whatever happens, I think they're going to be just fine in that sense. So I'm hopeful and optimistic. You mentioned there's some other challenges as well. The roster's too big. Maybe Ring of Honor is a little challenging and just inherently. And you mentioned that I saw the Bischoff quote going around. To me, having too much, like the roster being too big, that's a good problem to have. I think now that you had Collision, that's a good way to kind of counteract that as well. You spread out the talent across all three shows. So I'm optimistic and hopeful about it. And I'm definitely hopeful about the negotiations, and that'll help kind of offset any potential loss like that.
Colin, before we let you go, you work everywhere. How do you sleep?
I don't.
But it is amazing all the work you do. I read your stuff and see your stuff all the time, and man, you are everywhere, and it is incredibly impressive what you're doing, and it's just phenomenal to see what you do. How do you balance all of this? It's amazing.
Well, I appreciate the kind words very much. There was a brief period where I actually had like 3 kind of solid jobs at the same time. Now I'm down to 2, so that was a step in the right direction. There's no real correct answer to it, man. Like I do my best at both places now, and I try to give myself 100% to both 2 places at the same time, and that can be challenging. It's not 100% overlap where it's like I have a schedule of one, a schedule of the other, and they don't constantly overlap, but there is a good amount of where I'm on and both at the same time. I'm thankful to work with 2 good teams and have people that I can delegate to at one, or kind of work with the other, and you make it work. And I just do my best to do my best. I'm passionate about what I do, and I try to do the best I can at both places, and I'm very fortunate for it. And I just try to do good work as much as I possibly can.
And you do that. The wrestling world certainly appreciates your efforts. Even David Difference appreciates you, too.
I do, man. I appreciate you and everything you bring to the table, sir.
Thank you both very much. It really does mean a lot. I appreciate it.
So where can everybody find you, bud?
I'm on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, at CT_2110. That's probably the best one. I'm not really active anywhere else, but because I'm always working. But that's about it.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on, and we'll speak again down the road, I'm sure. And hey, have a great time up there on Long Island. Enjoy yourself, and maybe we'll get to see it Double or Nothing. You should come on out. Offers there, bud.
There you go.
I appreciate it very much. That'd be great, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, man.
Yeah,
you
Merry
too,
Christmas.
Both. You too. Absolutely.
All right, take care.
You too.
All right.
There you go. Colin Tessier, everybody, joined us here on the Mark Hoke Show. Very happy to have him on. And, yeah, that's one busy dude. Hey, he dropped a job.
Yeah.
Probably a good call.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just too overwhelming, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was doing writing for Bleacher Report and some other sites, too. Just busy guy. But that's awesome, yeah. I mean, getting to go up there to Long Island. I just wonder if he is going to be in the scrum when MJF loses the world championship up there at AEW World's End. I don't think he's going to lose it.
Nah, well.
No, I don't think it's time yet.
He'd be devastated.
But when Adam Cole rips his heart out, that could be a different story.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. Now, tell me this: because you've said this before, we'll put you up. What does that mean? Run me through the Mark Hoke travel package when you're inviting people to Las Vegas, saying we're going to take care of them.
They're going to stay at your house.
That's your plan.
Yeah.
All right. How they going to eat? You going to cook for them?
Yeah, you, like David Difference. Now we'll figure it out. Take care of them. That's what you do. Whenever you live in Vegas, you have a responsibility of friends to take care of them every once in a while.
Yeah, you. Nah, yeah. Shout out to everybody listening and sending me texts and saying I'm being very well behaved today. It's because I'm tired. I'll be back to my same heelish self next week.
You did a very good thing this weekend.
Yeah.
Your heart's there. It's the holidays. Just wait till January 2.
Right, yeah. It's Christmas season.
It's all over. He'll be hungover January 1 and then done.
Nah, man. I'm changing up my whole life, man. I'll give you the whole breakdown next week.
Yeah, that New Year's resolution is going to last
It's not a resolution. I'll make goals. Let's go to break so we can talk about this. I make goals, man. Ain't no resolutions. This is about the evolution about to happen. You don't see me come in here. I'm not even going to talk about it. Shout out to everybody listening, man. If you're out there watching on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment, man. Let's get active.
Yeah.
And we'll drop you the number, too, if you want to call in and talk some wrestling with us. And we got that big surprise, too. There was a huge thing that happened at Headlocks and Hearts Smile Driver.
That's right.
Night.
Got to come back.
101.5 FM KDAWN. You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
And we return to the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas. Yeah, we're actually watching the clock to see when breaks are starting and ending. There we go.
We're professionals, man.
On occasion.
We put the professional in professional wrestling.
Well, I'm supposed to be a professional. I can't even talk today.
Well, and normally I would zap you for that, but you know what? I'm on my best behave, man. I had a meeting with HR. They told me I got to be kinder.
I think you're faking it.
Nah, man, this is me.
That's okay. By the way, Gary Johnson in the chat box.
Yeah, Ripple Man
said I have some similar things to Ace Austin, who was on the show a little earlier. He can wrestle when he's unconscious, and I can call radio shows when I'm unconscious. And we both believe anything is possible.
Yeah.
I love Gary.
Yeah, we got to get him on here.
Gary calls the show, or calls our shows here on KDAWN a lot, and we appreciate it.
I'm telling you, he's magic. He's that third member, man, like Hogan and NWO. We
got to get Gary to one of the Impact shows.
Yeah, you ever met him personally?
No, I've not met Gary.
Oh, okay, so you don't know. Don't be putting out invites. This guy could be the devil.
Sit next to you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll take the brunt of it. Yeah, Gary, call in on the next break. We got a lot to talk about.
The next break.
Do we got another one?
No.
Oh, we don't. This is it.
Jerk. You are a terrible human being, David.
I lost track of time.
Oh, what else was in the news? I know we got a few other little things we needed to hit. Randy Orton will be facing off with Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. Daddy's home. Roman's not happy about it. Looking forward to Randy Orton taking on Roman.
Yeah, it'll be a good match. I'm glad to see Orton back. Always a fan of Orton, and yeah, I like the way they were building it. Like, let's go. That'll be a good match.
What if Roman Reigns entered the Royal Rumble and won it?
What would be the purpose?
To ensure that he's safe. Protect his title.
I don't know if that would be his style.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well,
dominance.
I know when he ran in the ring to start fighting on SmackDown the other day, they were like, oh, that's out of character for him.
I think that'd be kind of...
He usually sent his henchmen to go get him.
Could you imagine the hell that would break loose if he won the Rumble?
Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. I mean, that's the thing is I always Royal Rumble is right around my birthday, so it's like a tradition for me. And I love the excitement of what's going to happen. I hate when it's predictable, and it's like, oh yeah,
that would be somewhat unpredictable.
Yeah, it would. Give me something, but
Thunder Rosa is back, so she showed up on Collision last night. So welcome back, finally, Thunder Rosa.
Yay!
So she has returned. Liv Morgan, as we mentioned a little earlier, got the mug shot. She was arrested in Florida for marijuana possession. She was crossing over white and yellow lines. This, by the way, made it on FoxNews.com.
Mm-hmm.
So that was some big news. Small bag of marijuana found in the car, along with a vape pen containing an oil-like substance, which tested positive for marijuana. Was charged with possession of marijuana, not more than 20 grams, and possession of a synthetic cannabinoid. So
we'll see that impact on her contract and everything.
Apparently nobody cared.
No,
that was backstage reaction.
Well, so, I mean, wait, from the talent or from management?
Apparently everybody. So they didn't care. It's
a free for all.
Von Erichs wrestled on the Final Battle last night and also on Rampage. So Ross and Marshall showed up.
Ross and Marshall.
Yeah.
And
Kevin put the Iron Claw on Jake Hager.
I saw that.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
So good for them. And, well, I guess you wanted to bring this up. I guess we should mention it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Which part?
I had an in-ring debut last night.
Oh, yeah. Headlocks and Hearts, FSW, Smile Driver, Holiday Smile Driver, Mark Hoke. I mean, did you have a good time?
I had an awesome time.
All right, we'll paint that picture, man. Tell me the story from your side.
So from my side, I was asked by you and Rocky to play Santa Claus last night.
Impromptu.
I was placed in a Santa Claus suit.
Mm-hmm. It took you about 14 tries to get into. Hour and a half just to get this guy in the suit.
Did not take.
Is this a garter belt? What does this boot do? Where do I put this? I got earrings. Like what the hell?
Earrings. There were no earrings. But yeah, I came out, played Santa Claus, hammed it up a little bit, and me and MK, who was playing the Grinch, MK tried to take my sack of toys.
Wait, that was MK?
Yeah,
I thought that was the Grinch.
Well, he was the Grinch, but it was
Don't kill the magic, Mark.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, yeah.
Threw a couple clotheslines and kicked him out of the ring, that SOB.
Yeah, if you want to see some of the stiffest clotheslines in wrestling history, man, it'll all be on.
Where are you putting it?
It'll be on the Headlocks and Hearts Instagram and Facebook and YouTube page, and then we'll also share it on the Mark Hoke Show. Obviously, there's a lot of footage, man. Good stuff, like behind the scenes stuff too. It was fun last night. Oh yeah,
I have not seen any of this footage.
Yeah,
I do not know how terrible it looked.
Nah, it's funny, man. I mean, that's the thing. It was a good time. Like it all came together. And did you have fun?
I had a blast. And seriously, thank you to the two of you and FSW and MK, who was just very cool guiding me through that.
Thank Headlocks and Hearts, man, because they're making dreams come true. Yeah. You just said last week that's what you wanted to do, right?
Yeah, it was a blast.
And who made that happen for you?
I just thanked you.
Headlocks and Hearts.
Okay, and thanks.
Make our Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish Foundation.
We had Mark in there.
I'm glad I didn't die.
Nah, you rocked it, man. It was fun, and I was glad to share that moment with you. And it's coming full circle, man. We're going into the Christmas season. That's a gift to you, brother.
Yeah, and the funny part was that when I started moving around, I'm wearing a wig, a Santa wig and a hat, and the wig fell down over my eyes. Once I started moving, I could barely see a thing.
Yeah, that's what, and the commentary God. Too with it. It's like, oh wow, when your wig started slipping, man. But yeah, it was a good time. Mark was in the ring there, and nobody really knew it was you, man.
Yeah, that's the funny part. It's like I was walking past everybody in the back and. I know just about everybody back there.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, I'd seen they was looking at it like, "Who's this guy?"
No idea. I must have walked past Brittany Brooks 7 times, and she didn't know who I was.
Yeah, she didn't see it until you took off the beard. I think I was like, "That was you."
Yeah.
Like,
But it was a lot of fun. So thank you. That was a blast.
Yeah, good time. Glad you came out. And again, it was a beautiful cause. Thank the Las Vegas wrestling community for showing up and showing out. Thank you for Nevada partnership of All the Shoes, man. They made us a huge banner. Thanking us for that. And we're going to, on the 22nd, next Friday, check in with the Instagram page, Headlocks and Hearts. We're going to be out there volunteering, handing out these gifts to the youth in the Las Vegas community. So tap in. Let's get out there and let's do this because this thing is going to keep going.
Can anybody still make donations to you, Dave?
They can, yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, yeah, drop it off at the FSW Arena or just contact us. We're picking up and we're dropping off to the kids and the youth on the 22nd.
All right. What a show.
Yeah.
What a show today.
Yeah.
Want to thank
Gary
Ace
Johnson.
Ace Austin for joining us, and Colin Tessier from Fightful and WrestleZone. He's kind of the combo man. Pretty cool. Thanks to you, David Difference. And thanks to all of our listeners from
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
across the planet. We do appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in to KDAWN, everybody out there on 101.5 FM and the Odyssey app. We'll see you guys next week. Hey, we're only 2 shows away from show number 150.
That's the difference. We got another one before Christmas. Are we here? Christmas Eve? Probably not. I'm taking the day off.
No, we're going to be here.
I'm going to be with my boo.
We're going to be here. Bring your boo.
Snuggled up under a tree.
We'll see you guys next time on the Mark Hoke Show. Have a good one, everybody.